Friends, we are on day 4. We're on day 4 of our 8-day series, which means we are officially halfway through. Are you guys still hanging in there with me? I hope so. So if you're just joining us, every day this week for 8 days, which started on Sunday, I am going extensively through every oil that is included in my March kit. If you are interested in my March kit, you can find that on my feed, but basically it is the Aroma Touch Diffused Kit along with a bunch of freebies that I am throwing in. And so we started with lavender, and then we did Melaleuca, and then we did Aroma Touch, and now we are on to peppermint. And I'm just going to say right now, guys, there's a lot to say with peppermint. Just like lavender, it's one of those oils that does so much. I mean, it really does a lot of really good things. So I'm going to try not to make this last 1,000 years, get straight to the point, and just really educate you guys all about peppermint. So for one, when you order, so keep in mind if you do order the March kit, all of the bottles I'm talking about are these 5 ml bottles, which I have 5 ml bottles that I got kits with, and they just last me forever, so don't be discouraged. But anyway, there's a couple of ways that you can get peppermint. You can get it in a kit in a 5 ml bottle. If you just order it, just a straight bottle, you're going to get the 15 ml bottle. You can get it in peppermint beadlets, or you can get peppermint as a touch, which is doTERRA's already diluted roller bottles, so you can just go and apply it and do what you need to do without really any fuss with that. The beadlets are little 1/3 of a drop to 1/4 of a drop of the oil. And am I going to totally ruin my life by trying to show you guys what a bead looks like? Let me show you what a beadlet looks like, and just pray that it all goes smoothly. Okay, so I'm thinking you guys can see it. So these are little beadlets. They're teeny, teeny, tiny. And you can get these in On Guard and Peppermint. And I use them as breath fresheners. Like, I call them essential oil Altoids. So I just keep them in my diaper bag or my purse whenever I'm needing a little bit of breath freshener, or maybe I have a little bit of like a tummy issue. I'll pop 1 or 2 of these in my mouth and then just kind of let them dissolve. Otherwise, when you just order a standard bottle of peppermint, it's going to come like this. And there are so many different things that peppermint oil can be used for. As you can see, this is just a small fraction of the way that you can add peppermint oil and combine it with other oils to just kind of combat like common ailments that people have. So let's go over some of the top uses that peppermint is good for. Okay, so the first thing, and actually what I have diffusing right now, is peppermint is really good for alertness and energy. And so if you diffuse or make a roller bottle or whatever, peppermint and take 2. Peppermint and lemon. My mouth wanted to say lemon and lavender at the same time. So if you diffuse peppermint and lemon, or peppermint and wild orange, or some sort of like peppermint and citrus oil, it's going to give you that nice little energy boost. So you can inhale it, put it in a diffuser. You can apply it on the back of your neck, just even rub some in the palm of your hands and just kind of cup it and smell. And for now on, if I say apply it topically, please know that peppermint oil definitely needs to be diluted. Always dilute. It can cause skin sensitivity because it is such a powerful oil. And also you might want to avoid it at night because it is kind of a stimulant. So, I mean, in some cases we diffuse it at night, like if my husband's having allergies. But for the most part, we keep peppermint to a morning or midday diffuser. Again, my husband has woken up in the middle of the night with an allergy attack, used his allergy roller, which has peppermint in it, and been fine. But just, you'll know your body. But whatever you do, dilute before applying topically. Okay, so alertness and energy. Also, this is a really good blend, as you can see, for fevers, for both adults and little guys. This is such a great natural way to help the body just kind of cool down. So I've got it in a little guy roller because he does get fevers. My husband and I, not so much, but it would be the same. But along the lines of the fevers, if you're going through menopause or just had a baby or just any sort of hormonal issue that's giving you hot flashes, peppermint oil would be amazing for that as well. So you would apply to the back of the neck, to the spine, to the bottoms of the feet, just to kind of cool all over. For little guys, I would suggest just starting, make a roller for them and putting it on the bottoms of their feet. And then once you know that they don't have a super sensitivity, like we know with our little guy, then you can try to do it like up the spine and the back of the neck. But always just kind of start with the bottoms of their feet because you never know what they're gonna just be a little bit more sensitive to. Just like lavender, peppermint oil is going to be really good for burns or sunburns. So you're going to apply diluted to the burned skin and just to find that immediate relief because it is a cooling oil, as you can see. How funny are these little sayings? I don't know if you guys have been noticing my little cards, but the little sayings at the bottom, they just crack me up. So thank you, EO and such. Okay, continuing on. So peppermint oil is a really good focus oil. It's really good for memory, any sort of memory issues you might have. It's really good for little ones or adults even that might struggle with autism. So again, for that, you can diffuse it and just kind of bring about focus into your whole house. Or you can apply on the back of the neck, the spine, and the bottoms of the feet. Again, diluted appropriately. If you're one that struggles with cravings, you can inhale this. You can put some in your hand and then just kind of breathe it in. Put some in a bottle of water and just kind of drink it throughout the day to suppress the appetite. And then you'll notice that over here we've got our tension blend. Peppermint oil is in our tension blend. It is so good for muscle stiffness and tension, and headaches and migraines, anything along those lines. So for muscle stiffness and tension, you're going to apply directly to the stiff, tense, or just like, painful muscles. You can apply pre-workout to avoid stiffness or right after a workout. And then for headaches and migraines, you're going to go ahead and make a roller bottle and you're going to apply it to your temples, above the ears, the back of the neck. Sometimes we even roll it directly on our forehead just because we know that we're not going to have any sensitivity and just let it sink. Another biggie that we use this for, and you'll notice over here, is our allergy blend. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about with allergies, but the trifecta is going to be lavender, peppermint, and lemon. You can add breathe to that. I was saying you could add breathe to that as well because it does give you that respiratory support. And breathe has peppermint in it also, so then you're kind of just giving a little bit more of a boost. But if you just have lavender, oh my gosh, lavender is not a word, for the records. Okay, so if you just want to make a really simple allergy blend, you just get out your lavender, your lemon, and your peppermint, and you're going to just add this to your. But on top of that, you can also, if you just are somebody who struggles with allergies, like my husband struggles with allergies, I like to do what we call the trifecta, and I have him take it internally, diffuse, and topically. So when he's having a flare-up, like just a really bad allergy attack, he will roll his allergy blend on the back of his neck and on his chest, kind of like a Vicks vapor rub. Sometimes he'll even put it on the bridge of his nose because he knows that that's okay with him. And then I will have that trifecta, the lavender, lemon, and peppermint going in the diffuser. And then he will take doTERRA's Tri-Ease, which is their allergy, respiratory, seasonal, all at the same time. If you do not have doTERRA's Tri-Ease, but you do have somebody that struggles with allergies, I definitely recommend doing it. All that's in it is peppermint, lemon, and lavender essential oils, but it's in a capsule. But you could also, if you have those little veggie capsules, just open up a veggie capsule and I would put a drop of each of those 3 oils and then just guzzle it down with a good amount of water, and that will do the same sort of thing. But for everyday kind of maintenance for my husband's allergies, he doesn't go anywhere without this. So he has his own blend that he brings to work. And then he does take those Tri-E's every day, just like you would an allergy pill. I have peppermint in my acid reflux blend because it is really, really, really good for gastritis and digestive discomfort. So you can take it in a veggie capsule. You could put it in a roller bottle and apply over the abdomen or on your throat or your chest, wherever you're having maybe like indigestion or acid reflux. So I know I shared this when we were talking about the lavender because lavender is also in this. So, with the peppermint and the lavender, and then I think we have ginger, that might be it. There might be another oil. We just apply it right to our throat. And I got so many people interested in the acid reflux blend that I'm going to do a little post for you guys once this little series I'm doing is over so that I can give you guys the recipe because it's a life changer for us. But outside of acid reflux, if you're just having gastritis or any sort of digestive discomfort, you'll notice that doTERRA also makes their DigestZen, and right on there is peppermint. So it's a really good digestive aid. So if you don't have DigestZen, you could just take a drop in a glass or a stainless steel cup of water, or you could put a drop in a veggie capsule and just chug that down with a bunch of water. But if you really are somebody who does struggle with gut and just digestive issues or any sort of like acid reflux, I really do recommend getting this DigestZen. They also make this in soft gels, just like the Tri-E's. Then, just like the Breathe being a respiratory support, peppermint is a really good respiratory support. So it's no surprise that it's good for things like asthma, colds, congestion, stuff like that. So you could diffuse peppermint alone. You could diffuse peppermint and eucalyptus. You could get some Breathe, which has peppermint in it. You could diffuse Breathe and peppermint. You could also apply it topically like a Vicks Vapor Rub. Apply it topically to your chest like a Vicks Vapor Rub. Apply it to your back, kind of like where your lungs are, and the bottoms of your feet, especially if it's little guys that are dealing with the congestion or the asthma. You might want to just make like a Breathe roller bottle, which actually we have a Breathe roller bottle. I don't know why I didn't get that one out. And apply it to the bottoms of their feet, just to be sure that they're okay with peppermint being applied topically. Now, depending on where you are with your postpartum, this could either be a good or a bad thing, but peppermint is known to help decrease milk supply. So if you are actively breastfeeding, you might want to kind of stay away from peppermint. You might want to stay away from like the DigestZens and stuff like that. I've read it's more about taking internally. So like if you were just going to diffuse it because you're having like a congestion problem, like it's not really going to be that. But I will say my own testimony, I am still nursing my son, although he's not a little guy, but I have never seen a decrease. I've taken peppermint oil internally, I've done it topically, and I've diffused it all throughout my nursing. And for me personally, I've just never seen a decrease. I've had friends who are actually still actively breastfeeding like newborns and little guys under 3 months old who are also doing Breathe and DigestZen and taking it internally and don't have any issues either. But that's not to say that that's going to be everyone. So if that's something you are a little concerned about, then you might want to avoid taking peppermint internally or just using it too much. Now, if you're on the other end of your nursing journey and you are wanting to decrease it, you would probably want to apply this diluted straight to the breasts or take in a capsule or in a glass of water, probably a couple of times a day. And keep in mind that 1 drop of peppermint is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea, so a little goes a really long way. If you or someone you know struggles with a loss of sense of smell, they can inhale this directly, apply it diluted over the bridge of their nose, put it in a diffuser, and it will help them in that area. Oh, again, going with the tension and the muscle stiffness and just all of that stuff. It's also in my cramp blend, which I also have deep blue in, which we'll talk about later. But it's really good for menstrual cramps. And then finally, believe it or not, peppermint is really good for an emotional balance. So you can use it aromatically, you can use it topically. It makes sense since it's an alert and like an energy booster that it's going to have an impact. Peppermint oil is steam distilled, and it's steam distilled from the leaves, and it takes approximately 1 pound of leaves to make 115 ml of peppermint, which my husband and I were like, oh my gosh, a pound of leaves? If you saw that in like a quantity, like that would be so many leaves. So just a little fun fact. And now let's talk about what peppermint blends really well with. So obviously, lavender and lemon are going to be amazing paired with peppermint. That's going to give you your allergy relief. That's going to give you any sort of seasonal respiratory help. And then also it makes total sense that it blends really well with the citrus oils, the lemon, the orange, the wild orange, the grapefruit, the tangerine. Those are going to give you your good energy boost. And that's it, friends. So I hope you guys have learned a lot about peppermint. I hope that you are just seeing like even the simpler oils are just super powerful. They're super awesome. And each oil just is so unique. If you're interested in knowing more about peppermint or any other oils, interested in March's kit, just interested in anything, please don't hesitate to DM me or email me because that's what I'm here for.